What's up everybody, Sam Smyers here. Today I want to show you how to make the bass to Merther by Mal P. Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel, and just as a reminder, please go ahead and give this video a like, and if you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. Let me show you the bass that we're going to make today. There are two different layers. There is this buzzy, thick, beefy one, and then more of a wider one. Now you hear that one that's playing the main rhythm. It's this one that is beefy, has that top end buzziness to it. This is the MIDI, and then there will be this high, not really high, the wider part that is almost like a Reese bass sound that just layers on top of it. I have a bit of sidechain going on because I played it with the drums, just this kickstart 40%. But let's play it without it. And I shortened these notes because I felt like it was almost like a bump, 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 bump feeling to this bass, even though it was being sidechained. I don't know if that is right. Maybe it was just could have been just one long note and I was just hearing it differently. Could have been like that, but this is what I came up with. So let me show you how I made this sound. And I feel like this tone of a bass, let me just play it on my keyboard. I've been hearing a lot in tech house tracks like Max Styler, Medusa. They've been using this buzzy, beefy, bass sound, sort of like a lead sometimes where it's the main focus of a drop. So maybe this will help you get inspired if you are making a tech house song, something modern. I feel like this is a style that has become, I've been noticing a lot more this bass sound. So let me show you how to make this first one. I of course made it in Serum. On here, on the MIDI, I lowered it. Let's see, did I lower it in this one? No, I have it up 2 octaves. Just lowered the MIDI on this one. So as I'm making this, let's go ahead and initialize this preset. You can lower the octave. A lot of times I do that for the preset because I want to just play it on my keyboard. And that puts it in the range that I like on my keyboard where I can play all the notes without having to switch to a different octave because I have a tiny Microlab Arturia keyboard. So let's go ahead and put this voicing into mono. And to get that buzzy sound, I will use the sub and just use this saw wave on the sub. And then I'm going to take down this level. And let me just mute that oscillator A for now. And then I'm also going to do I'll just do the basic shape saw wave for the oscillator A as well, taking down this randomness, raising up that level. Now the reason I'm going to also do essentially the same thing as a sub is because I'm going to add a filter on. I'll do the MGLO24 filter, and I'm going to turn it on for A and B. So I'm just going to filter off this oscillator A saw wave, not the sub one. And let's go ahead and adjust this resonance and take up the drive a bit, and don't need to take that octave down -2. Let's hear how that sounds because I have the MIDI down already. So this one's 0 octave, 0 octave. And you can hear that I'm getting that beefiness, the low end from using the saw wave, filtering this off, and then also adding in this top end one. And then to get more of that low end shape, the sound closer to how it was in the Merther track, I will add on the basic shapes again, go to a triangle wave, offset this phase a tiny bit. So let's put it to about 244. And this is just because let's listen to it without the filter. Changes the sound slightly. So let's just put that filter back on, take down this level to about 50%. Add back the sub. Let's take this attack. I was getting a bit of that clicky sound. Slow that attack down. Can probably keep that release about the same. And then when I go into the effects, I will add on the tube distortion, turn on this post filter, adding on that filter on at 657. This is just going to add more harmonics, but I'm filtering them off. So I'm just adding more harmonics up until about 600 hertz. And the mix is pretty low here, at about 15%. 15%. So if you have headphones on, then you can probably hear a bit more what that is doing, because it's really just affecting the low end. And then I just wanted to shape up that sound a bit more, give it some more low end, cut off the top end, because that I did want that buzziness, but I still wanted to take off some of the top end, and this is around 4 kilohertz. And then you might want to go into this master. If this starts to clip, take this down so you're not clipping this. So that is how you make that first buzzy layer. Let's go on now to the wider layer, and I'll loop this. This one's going to be super simple. Let's go ahead and initialize this preset, turn this on to mono. All I have to do is just use the default wavetable, add some voices of unison, raise up this level. And that is that wide sound that I want. I want to give it some release though. And then I will add on a filter. For some reason, I felt like a low 18 filter sounded pretty good. And I'll take this down, take down the resonance to 0, give it a bit of drive. It's pretty quiet now, but I'm gonna just add on a compressor later, just ultimately to give it some more gain. Now, because this is going to be layered on top of a bass, I do not want that low end to be clashing with the other bass sound. What I will do then is low cut it around 200 hertz or so. Now the thing is, this is going to take away a lot of the gain. You can barely hear it. So you can raise up this master, but then it's still pretty quiet, so I just added on a compressor to give it some more gain. I realized that that I could go into, I wanted to add on this distortion as well, so I add on this tube distortion to give it about 30% drive. But let's add on this compressor just to add on some gain. You could also click on here, just add the level there, but I just used the compressor. And let's hear how it sounds without that distortion. Just a tiny bit of tube distortion there. And let's play that with the first sound that we made. So that is how you make that bass to Merther by Mal P. I will put these presets in my Patreon if you do want to grab them. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a like, and also please subscribe to my channel if you are not yet subscribed. And if you'd like to check out any of my Serum preset packs, head on over to store.samsmyers.com.